Well, Ian, there is a long list of candidates vying for 6 spots on City Council. What do you think makes you different? What distinguishes you from the other 15?
Well, what distinguishes me is that I have 10 years of business experience spending money for other businesses, basically taking someone else's money and spending it on them. Now, working for City Hall is an even tougher problem. You're taking someone else's money and spending it on someone else. So there's no ownership in that money. So at least I'd like to bring forward 10 years of experience of having ownership of someone else's money, being more responsible.
And what do you think is one of the biggest issues facing Lloydminster, and what would you do to change it if you were elected for a 4-year term?
How much time do I have?
Answer as freely as you'd like.
Okay. The biggest issue facing the city right now is that the city is bringing about allowing impulsive and addictive behavior within city limits. What I mean is, we had a good bylaw that worked, okay? City Hall, City Council received correspondence from a lawyer that does not even live here and turned tail on that issue, repealed that bylaw, created a void, created a vacuum of bylaw, and then created a new bylaw, a zoning bylaw that has no teeth, okay? I'm opposed to any bylaw that promotes impulsive, addictive behavior. I do not want Lloydminster to become a magnet for the bad guys. Lloydminster is the hub of the whole region. We have 25,000 people that live here, but we serve over 160,000 people in the outlying areas. So really, everyone comes here to do their shopping. I don't want all the bad guys coming here to do their business also. So I'm opposed to any bylaw that allows for impulsive, addictive behavior. I really think we need to have a stronger bylaw with teeth, and I'm willing to take this much farther. I would like the people to actually confront City Hall, ask City Hall, demand of City Hall, and demand of their MLAs that within the city limits we adopt the SGLA.
And do you want to explain that a little bit to me?
Sure. Right now the Lloydminster Charter is up for review. It only comes up for review once every 30 years. This is a perfect opportunity to ask and demand that we change which provincial act is run or governs within our city limits. Right now we use tax acts within the city limits. We use education and health within city limits from Saskatchewan, and tax law from Alberta. Right now, the Liquor Act is from Alberta. We can throw that out and adopt the Saskatchewan Liquor Act within the city limits, which completely voids the use of, or the ability for any bar to use strippers. According to the Alcohol Control Regulations 2002, it prohibits any activity or entertainment that consists of nudity, a striptease performance, or a wet clothing contest. Really, I want to take this much farther than a bylaw, and I want this gone for 30 years. Ray Nelson kicked it out a few years ago. This is an issue that keeps reoccurring. Every time a new council comes in and is ignorant of the issue or doesn't understand this community, strippers keep coming back. And for me, that's a bad idea. It's just a magnet for the bad guys. I don't want the bad guys back.
And what are your thoughts on Mayor Jeff Mulligan being acclaimed for his 2nd term?
Mr. Mulligan has says he wants to promote transparency and openness with social media. I don't believe councillors have a duty to spin how good they do in City Hall. I think it's up to City Hall to have easy access to information, that people can participate. If people participate more, if the information is easily accessible, put out in public notices, that's wonderful. I believe Mr. Mulligan won, well, doesn't have any opposition because other people are afraid of the challenge. The actual challenge issued by Mr. Mulligan was a call for candidates. It was not a call for mayor.
So what do you think, if elected, you will bring to municipal politics, Ian?
What I believe I'll bring to municipal politics, to City Hall, is backbone, strong backbone. I have no ties to any business interests or anyone in this community. No one will benefit from my vote. I simply bring a strong backbone, a strong voice, an outside perspective, and I believe City Hall runs itself. All council does is set policy. The people we elect are basically our representatives, people that bring the voice of the people to City Hall to make sure City Hall makes the right decisions. Council and the mayor simply set policy. City Hall runs itself. As a councillor or mayor, we only meet for less than 8 hours a month, and all we do is bring perspective, and we vote on policy. We do not run the city. It's up. I'm very confident the city runs itself. Very confident.
And what do you know about the inner workings of how City Council does work?
I don't have a lot of, okay, in your question in regard to how City Council works, I do not have that experience. That's why I'm also, running for another position. I want to gain the experience, understand how we municipally interact with our provincial governments, so I can get a better understanding. I don't believe I'll understand how council works immediately. I know it'll take a few months, but I definitely want to be that backbone, that separate voice on council that's willing to bring perspective.
All right, thank you very much, Ian. That is Ian McCormack running for a spot on Lloydminster City Council.